Howdy folks, it's Adulteral here and welcome back to, what are we playing today? Minecraft. Eternia SMP, the best place on the planet to play Minecraft 1.20, soon to be moved to a new server, not a new server, new world on the same server, but a different version. But that's not today, that's not tomorrow or next week. It's going to be next year sometime. That was a lousy intro. I was trying to be different and it turned out lousy, and I'm keeping it. Those of you who know what's going on already know why we're flying over here. We're going to continue working on our final build in this world. I keep saying server, but it's really this world. The server's going to stay. The world's going to change. But we're working on this final build. There are 3 parts to it. There's this part, there's that part, and then I did decide to add a train station. And then I'll be done building on this world. Then we'll get a new one next year. It won't be right away. I'm being told by Epona that it's not going to be in the beginning of the year. It'll be later on into the year, which is fine. So what I'm going to do after this build, that's getting closer to being done. Well, I have 2 villages to visit. Christmas Village, or not Christmas. Yeah, Christmas Winter Village and Halloween Town. I have to do tour videos of those. And then even though this is my last official final build on this world, I might do some roleplay things or do some other little things, maybe visit other people's bases and just do little things. So this series, isn't coming to an end by any means. And then when we get the new world, I'm going to pick up all over again. So anyway, just wanted to give that update. A lot of non-Minecraft people might be watching because of the title of the video, YouTube Therapy. Yep, that's because when we do the second part of this today, I'm going to just rant and vent and spew out a whole bunch of personal stuff that's going on, and that's gonna be my therapy, right? Sometimes just talking through it helps. Sometimes it makes me feel worse, sometimes it makes me feel better, sometimes it makes me realize things, but who knows. So 2 groups of people here today based on the title of the video, probably. So for the Minecraft people, let's show you what I've been doing off camera. I know I said in previous videos I was going to do every single block with you on camera since it's the final build, but I decided it was slowing me down. I have very little time to play, and I didn't want to have 15, 20, 30 videos on this one build. It was already like 5, which is already 4 more than usual. So here you go. I did some stuff off camera. That's what I'm trying to say. Filled all this in just with grass and whatever. Just super simple. It's all lit up. Just basic fill it in type thing. But then here we go to like a Renaissance-y area with the mobs that have names. So we already did this over here last time. Tim, which is the stray, which I think he's still alive. Then we have Tom, the silverfish, which is in there. And then Sarah and Sarah, who are the snow people, men, whatever, snow people, throwing snowballs through the gate, trying to throw through the gate. Oh, they're hitting each other. Don't kill each other, because they're trying to get the silverfish. And it's been very entertaining to listen to as I build. So on this side, we're going to add our mobs and name them, because this is what I did off camera. I'll show you what I did here. This is just going to be for the mushroom. I made a mycelium. This is going to be for the polar bear. We got some packed ice and snow in there. And then this is going to be for the sniffer, who has a double cage. This is doubled up so I can do some things. We'll name them, put them in there in a minute. In the middle here, I added like a stage. Added a stage right here. Pretty simple and rustic, but that's kind of how like Renaissance-y festival stages are. Although calling this Renaissance Festival is not accurate at all. It's nothing like that. It's just kind of like, I don't know, I couldn't think of a better name for freak show. So I just did this. Very simple build. It's actually simpler than I thought it was going to be, but let's not worry about that. Anyway, stage with seating, lots of seating. And I was going to go into a big old story about the Renaissance Festival here in Minnesota and how they got in trouble for stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I should, but there's some weird stuff. So, for example, I had been there late 90s. I think I was there. Late 90s, probably. And, yeah, they did some weird stuff. Like, they would pull you up on stage if you don't want to. And they would expose women. Like, literally just, like, pull their tops down. Things like that. But that was in the late 90s, and people were like, oh, when you go, you expect that to happen. You might have your clothes pulled off. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then in the early 2000s, there's a huge candle, and a lot of that stuff was like, wait, what are you doing to people on stage? And then what are you doing after hours? And they got in big trouble. You can Google it. You can Google all that. Nothing that he said is like a secret or anything. But yeah, so my first time at the Renaissance Festival, I was hanging out, and they pulled this woman on stage and pulled her top down. And I'm like, okay, that's what this is about. It was kind of weird, but anyway, whatever. So that's my stage and my stupid story. Whatever. I'm really out of it, and I'll explain why when I get to the personal half of the video. So stick around. If that's not weird enough, stick around. If it's too weird, watch my older videos. These past few videos have been completely off-brand for me, just because I know this world is coming to an end, and I'm already thinking about the next world. So yeah, a lot of people have started watching these last few videos, which is unfortunate timing because they're very off-brand. Anywho, seating the stage and so on. So let's finish this area by adding in these mobs, which I think, if I'm clever enough, I do have a ladder on the other side, but I've been kind of trying to go like this. Ooh, there we go. Hopefully this worked. Did I bring my things? Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, we got Sniffer, Polar, and Mushroom, Beth, Betty, and Bean. I don't know where I come up with this stuff. It's terrible. Alrighty, let's see if I can keep this. Thank you. And let's see if I can put... Oh gosh, don't fall in. Oh, I can't reach it. I was afraid of that happening. I can't reach the thing, so we just have to do it from the side. Alright, let's hop down in here, and let's go like this. Take this one out. Oh, come on, I want my stuff. Okay. We can't block it totally open, so Sniffer Egg. There we go. Hi, and this is going to be... No, this is going to be Beth. Beth, come back, please, Beth. Beth. Really? Come on, Beth. There, Beth. Hi, Beth. Just go around and sniff stuff. Okay, so here is Beth. We're just going to put... Wait, how did I do that over here? Here is... Okay. We're just like that, starting at the top. While those snow people kill themselves. Here is Beth. And then we do it on the other side. Here is Beth. Alrighty. Yep, just make sure I'm doing the same format. So this is also Beth. Here is Beth. Beth is in two places. I already told you that. Alrighty. Here is Beth. Okay. Beth has a lot of room. Alright, so this next one then is what? The next one is going to be the polar bear, right? So I need to find a spot where I can get in, which is going to be... Is it this one? Will that work? That should work. Alright, so here's polar bear, and this is going to be Betty. Betty the polar bear. Betty, that was an easy one. Cool. Alright. Gosh, don't attack me. Alright, and then the last... Whoop, this is Betty, right? Did I say that? Here is Betty. I think I said Betty. See my short-term memory stuff. I already forgot what I was doing. Whoa, here. Oh, wow. I should edit this out, but I'm trying to do these videos without editing. Again, totally different than any other videos I've made, and they're not going very well. So when I start the next world, I'm going to make my videos the way they used to be made, because this is getting ridiculous. Alright, Mushroom is Bean. So let's take this out, put in the Mushroom. And that's Bean. Come closer, Bean. Come on, Bean. I don't want to open this up because then Bean will run out. Hey, Bean. No, I need wheat to get him over here. Hey, Bean. Closer, please. Come on. Come on. Don't make me... I guess I can open up that other thing. Just come closer. Yeah, there you go. Come on. They're going to move as soon as I do this, aren't they? Thank you. Alright, what was that? Oh, they were both this. Cool. Alright. They will not despawn. There we go. And here is Bean. Here, whoops, is Bean. And I actually know a person named Bean in real life. I am not kidding you. It's Bean and it's spelled just like that. I'm not joking. Alrighty, so that takes care of this area. Which, I mean, it's mostly how I expected, but it's not as elaborate as I expected. It's not that I'm losing interest or come running out of ideas. It's just not what I expected it to be, but that's okay, right? Because a lot of builds have turned out better than expected. They all can't be winners, but it's okay. It's okay. And here's the gift shop. You can get, you know, animal byproducts. That should be turned around. There you go. Actually, that's pretty cool. Let's go like that. And some pie. And sit down, and this door does not open. It's a fake door. And a cactus. Alrighty, so there is the first part of this final build of the server. In between here, I just have lightly planted things just because I don't have to put a block on every single block. I can have a space in between, right? So we'll come around here, and then today we're going to start the second part of the final build of this world, and that's going to be like a big pool, big aquarium for the other 3 mobs, which are the dolphin, cod, and salmon, I think. And back here is just going to be like risers, which we're going to start today, actually. So the video isn't 11 minutes long. We're going to start the risers today. We're going to plan out the aquarium. I was going to put like a little fishing pond over here for the kids, but this is going to be more like the walkway and maybe some restrooms. Hi, you. And something, maybe some vendors, but then we'll have stairs coming back up here to the risers. And then that'll be the aquarium section. And then the final section will be train station right here. And then we'll be done with this world. And that'd be something. Never thought I'd ever say those words. Alrighty. Anywho, again, totally weird videos I'm making for this final part of the series just because I want to try something different. And it's definitely feeling weird to me. I don't know about you. Wait, don't answer that, right? Alrighty, let's see here. Let's get rid of those. Okay, so we want this aquarium to be huge because it's going to have a dolphin in it that hopefully doesn't jump out. So what we need to do is we need to figure out where we want the risers to start. So let's start by putting in the first row, which is going to be up a little bit. So let's see, we want to go all the way to here. Let's start the risers like here. And then if I need to add, if I need to add to the ends, I will. How far do we want to go? It's only going to come out to like here. We'll shape it a little bit. So let's have the risers come out to here, like that, I think. And then, let's see what else. Let's check this out again. Again, I'm trying to do this all cuts and editing, which makes it weird. Because normally I'd be like, I'm going to figure this out and come right back. And then an hour later, but for a second for you, bam, it's done, right? We're not doing that in this one. Where am I going to wrap the risers around? I don't think so. It's going to be walkways. So let's see here. We want like walkways like here. Like this, I think. This is going to be maybe filled in with hardscape, perhaps. I don't know. I'm going to fill this in with something. It's not going to be path block. I'm just doing that to figure out where I want to go. I'm going to be able to enter the risers. Let's put 1 block away. Whoops. Just in case we need to do railings. Right? And then we'll do something else for stairs. Not this type of thing. We'll do something else there for stairs. Okie dokie. And let's go over here. Let's see how big do we want this to be. I think this is plenty big. Again, we'll shape this a little bit. And then we want room for vendors and things. So let's go like this. Like that. And this will have 2 ways in, probably. Like that. And again, we'll figure out shaping and stuff at another time. But something like that, right? Right. Okay, so that takes care of that. But now we got to figure out how we're going to do this. Man, this is going to take like a lot of terraforming. So this is another thing that I'm going to do most of this build off camera. I just realized my volume is so loud I'm yelling. Hope that's not terrible on your ears. So we can't just put stairs there. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to put stairs here like this. Oh, that's stupid. Well, let's go back. Let's keep going a little bit, and I'll show you what I was going to do, and then we can see if it's a stupid idea or not. Let me just show you a little bit. And again, most of this can be off camera. So I was going to do... Well, this is actually dumber than I thought. That does not look like risers. That looks like just regular stairs like this would be. So we need to not do that. Let's do something else. Because my plan was going to be... You'd be able to walk on this part, and then you'd sit up on this part. You know what I mean? And I can't do stairs. I've always wanted to do stairs where the lower part of the stairs here. You know what I mean? I tried explaining that to somebody one time. They didn't quite understand. But now you can see what I mean if that person's watching. See, because this is up high, right? I want it to go here. Right? I mean, I guess we could do that for the first one. But then we're going to have the same problem here. See, I don't want to go like this to make risers. I want it to go back. See, I would like to have... I guess I can go like this. And then, let's see. And then my stairs. See, like that. Okay, that'll work. Will it? No. See, that's not looking good either. Well, shoot, because again, my plan was going to be you'd be able to walk here, sit here, walk here, sit here. But that doesn't look how I expected it to look. Because you would want seats in front of you too for that. Like if you're thinking about like stadium seating, it does go up each thing, but you've got a seat kind of in front of you. But then you're a half block up, so you can see over it, then a stair, then a flat part to walk, then a half block. See, so if I could do this a half block higher, so this part here was here instead, that'd be perfect, see? You know what I mean? That's what I was imagining. I know I couldn't do half block, but that's what I was imagining doing. So this isn't going to go how I wanted it to. Let's see here. This is all going to be wrong. I'm going to chop this up. So normally all of this is not in the video. This part, I will like start it, be like, that's not working. Let me come up with something. And then I'll come back and it's like set up or done even sometimes. You don't have to sit through this part. But, I just want to try some things. See, so you walk, sit, but then this is in the way. Unless, let me run home quick, and I have an idea. Unless, let me show you what I grabbed. Where's the thing going to be? Oh, that's not going to work either. Hang on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I was thinking I could go chains. Change. Like that, right? So that you would sit here, but then your head would be hitting that. So that doesn't look very cool, does it? I also think I could do chains between each row. See, but from here it looks cool. You sit, you walk, you don't fall off, and then we'd have chains going up every other row. That would look actually kind of cool, wouldn't it? Have chains going all the way across every other row. The other thing I was thinking we could do, if that wouldn't work, is we could use bars, but that'd be way too much of a good thing. Plus, that's exactly where people sit. I guess you would sit here then. That would be an idea. Do you understand what I just said? Does that make sense? I'll show you again. So you walk here on the front half, and then you sit here, and then there's a railing so the people behind you don't fall off, right? So you walk here, and you sit here, and then let me do another row or two, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to end the video sometime, soon actually, and then I'm going to build all this off camera, and then it's going to be completely different than what I'm showing you. That's what's going to happen. So I want to do these. First of all, these have to, do I have more? Yeah. So these will come up like this, right? Which means this will be where you walk. But then you need something like that. Then you sit here, right? You walk here, you sit here, and it's up above. I think you can do a sit command. You can't sit here. Okay, never mind. Maybe I can sit here. There you go. You sit down there. That's kind of funny. Let's stand up. That's better. Alrighty. I guess that would work, right? That's not so bad. Man, my volume is loud. I wouldn't have these big things. I'd put like walls here or something. I wouldn't have the big things on the side. That's dumb. Oh yeah, then we'd have to build this up somehow. Anyway, I mean, that could work, right? Would that look okay? But then people can't fall off, right? You get the idea. I just want to distinguish a place between like where you sit. This would not be like this either, by the way. Actually, it probably would be, wouldn't it? Whatever, doesn't matter. I just want to distinguish that you can walk and sit and have it separate, because if I cut this out, it just goes right into where you walk again, and it doesn't define what I'm trying to do. I'm wondering if these would look better, though. Let me try these in a couple places. Then it's just a matter of refining this and where am I going to start it exactly, and that type of thing, right? I'll probably start like that. Then just put something in front of it here so it looks better. And then use walls instead of those things. Okay, I think that's how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to use the chains. This will have some type of border, don't worry about that. This again will have like not deep slate, but it'll have something there, right? And then you just come up here, what do we want to do here? Let's go like that for right now. So you walk and sit, and then you come up here and you walk here and you sit here. Oh, that's perfect. Then it goes up, walk and sit, up and up and up and up it goes. I mean, just a couple deep slate just because I haven't used it in a while. And it's more rustic too. Or else I would just do plain stone. Maybe I'll do plain. That's what I can do. You know how like if you go to a stadium, like, Gophers hockey, U of M Gophers hockey, you have the U and all that stuff like in the seats with different colors. I can do 3 T's for the tall turtle in stone. Like, T, not up, this would be a T type thing. I could do that. So from the air it says TTT. Maybe. I don't know. Anywho, it's almost bedtime anyway. So I think that's the start of this. I'm going to work most, if not all of this off camera. Talking about the stands. And I might do the aquarium too. So there you go. That's the video. Oh, I didn't talk about personal stuff. I guess I can talk about personal stuff super quickly. While I figure I'm going to do this. So personal stuff. First, I got to remember this is not going to be like this. This is going to change somewhere. This part, whatever. Personal stuff. Yeah. So YouTube therapy. I have a lot of stuff going on in person. I've got. Well, how do I start this? I guess. I have a lot of things going on. Things I haven't even told people about, which is really bad because I tell people everything. I overshare all over the place. Anyway, so my biggest thing is, finding time for myself, right? That's very important and very difficult to do in my personal life. It's easy to say, right? It's easy for people to say, hey, Turtle, make sure you find time for yourself, blah, blah, blah. I know that. Everybody knows that. The reality in my life is that it's nearly impossible, right? And not only because I'm taking care of so many people, but also because of my heart and my body. So I have, 2 heart conditions. I mean, one condition is because of the other, but I do have 2 heart conditions. Plus a few other things going on. So what happens is, oh, hey, look at this. What happens is my body literally is done for the day at like 5 p.m. It's just done. My heart is tired. My body is tired. It's done at 5 p.m. So, by the time I get time for myself, my body is done. So, for example, here's an example of a typical day for tall turtle. We have to go back and sleep soon. Typical day for the tall turtle would be, I work all day, a normal job, which I love my job so much. In fact, my job is the most relaxing part of my day. I'm not exaggerating that. So my job is the most relaxing part of my day, and I enjoy it. And once my job is done, I help my younger teen with school. He does an online school. That has actually been working out really, really well. It's not homeschool, but sometimes it feels like it because I have to help him with it so much. He does get a para, and that's me. So, after I work, actually, let's go home first and sleep. So after I work, I help my kid with his school. Trying to get more independent, but because of things I won't get into, it's kind of impossible, at least in this point of time, to expect him to do his school all on his own. Tried that, didn't work. I'm not going to get into it right now. So, work all day, help my kid with school after work. All right. So after we're done, I'm done helping him school, and I'm losing track of what I'm doing here. After I'm helping him with school, I have to, well, before I'm done helping him with school, actually, I have to bring my other kid to his daily appointments, which is quite a drive. Pick him up from school, bring him to his appointment. So there's that to deal with. Drop him off his appointment, come home, and now it's time to make dinner. So then I make dinner. Because of food considerations and allergies and stuff, 3 out of the 4 of us, cannot tolerate heavily processed foods. So I can't just take stuff that's frozen in the freezer, throw it in the oven, and have dinner in 20 minutes. I have to make real dinner from scratch. Like, have to make dinner. Like, actually make dinner. I love cooking, but it's very stressful to have to make dinner every day. And I'll get into my wife helping a little bit. So then there's dinner, all right? So work, help my kid with school online, bring my other kid to his appointments, come back, make dinner. So now it's, oh gosh, what time would it be now? Between 5:45 and 7 p.m. Probably closer to 6:30, 7 p.m. now. All right, so now we're eating dinner, 3 of us. Then that gives me about 20 minutes to do my own thing before I have to pick up my kid from his appointment. I'll get back to that 20 minutes. Okay? So 20 minutes, okay. I usually end up watching TV with my wife, and I'll explain why in a minute. After that, got to pick up my kid from his appointment every single day. And then come home, touch base with the older teen, blah, 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 blah. Wow, this looks amazing. I'm so happy with this. Touch base with the older teen, and then what? And then, sorry, I'm trying to do this at the same time. Touch base with the older teen, and then guess what? It's bedtime, because I get up at 6 in the morning, and my wife gets up pretty early too. So, what did that leave Turtle? That left Turtle with 20 minutes of time for Turtle to do something himself. But I can't do anything myself. And why is that? Because my body shuts off at 5 p.m. My heart condition gets me incredibly fatigued. And by the time I can sit down for myself, my body is done. Like, it is done. Some days it's to the point where I can't keep my eyes open. Some days I'm just really tired. Some days my heart beats in a very strange pattern and I can't stand it, etc., etc. And so now you're thinking, wait, Turtle, the math doesn't math. How can you do all these things for your family if your body is shut down at 5 p.m.? Well, I push through. I push through. Because I have to. You do what you got to do. My wife and I have a friend who drives me nuts. She's like, just self-care, blah, blah. I'm like, when you have a family and a lot of special needs and special considerations among each family member, you can't just sit down and relax like people who have never had children think you can always do. Drives me crazy. I know there are people without children who are busier than I am and caretaking and all that stuff. I'm talking about the people who are like, why can't you just sit down for an hour? Like, because I've got a lot going on, ? So anyway, it's kind of frustrating. But, so yeah, so then I'm like, hey, gotta make dinner even though I can't keep my eyes open, blah, blah, blah. If I have to drive, I make sure I sit down and close my eyes for those 20 minutes because I have to drive later, and it's dangerous to drive when you're crazy tired and stuff like that, right? So those 20 minutes, I literally have to rest for those 20 minutes so that I can keep going. And you're like, okay, well, resting isn't so bad, right? What's wrong with resting? Well, that means I don't get to do the things I want to do because I have to lie down for 20 minutes. So when I have my time for myself for 20 minutes, it's swallowed up by having to close my eyes and rest for 20 minutes. And it's very frustrating. So that's what I've been dealing with lately. It's been especially bad because some wild, crazy things in my life are picking up again, even though they had subsided for a while. So yeah, so almost like this Minecraft thing. Like, I used to make a couple videos a week. I would just stay up when my family was in bed and just make Minecraft videos. It was awesome. And now I'm like the first one in bed because my body shuts down at 5 p.m. And if I have to drive and do other things for people in between, well, then I'm taking my only 20 minutes of time to rest so I can drive and be safe and all these things. I don't have time to do Minecraft for 20 minutes. I don't have time for a piano. I've been trying really hard to get more piano time, and it's just 10 minutes one day, 5 minutes another. It's really frustrating. Exercising is a weird thing because when I exercise, it feels great doing it, but then when I'm done exercising, the blood pressure drop or blood pressure plunge after I exercise makes me pass out. So I exercise, I feel good, but I know I'm going to pass out when I'm done. So I get home, get inside as soon as I can, and then lie down so I don't pass out, and then et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, my life is insane, and I didn't realize how insane it was until I was thinking about how I would describe it in this video. And holy guacamole, is it crazy. And there's not a lot I can do because my life right now is you just do what you got to do, right? All these therapists and friends of mine are like, well, just do this and make that. No, you can't just make things happen. I mean, you do what you got to do. I'm not even telling anybody what those things are that I got to do, like why I got to do those things. So it's nuts. So what made me want to vent for a while to the random strangers on the internet is last night I actually had a chance to have 2 hours to myself for the first time in ages. I had 2 hours set aside for myself yesterday. Well, like a week ago by the time you see this. But anyway, and I was very, very, very excited. I'm like, I finally have time for myself. This is fantastic. Well, guess what? At like 5:10 p.m., my body completely shuts off. I didn't have to do any driving, didn't have to do anything, so there's no dangers or anything. But I had, work, which was kind of busy-ish. I actually had to go somewhere for work for the first time in 12 years. I worked from home for 12 years, like before it was cool. But I actually had to go somewhere, so that made my body really tired. And then my younger teen, had a serious accident the other day. And we had already been to the ER and stuff like that, but then other things started happening, so it was a big deal to get him in again now that new things were happening. So then I had to go take care of that, and then I had to finish working. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to let the kid not to school today because of this serious accident he had. So I'm like, okay, there's no school to do. I don't have to drive the other kid around today. This is fantastic. My wife is working late. I'm like, I have 2 hours to do anything I want. And guess what happened? We did the urgent, or actually, it was urgent care this time. We did urgent care stuff. We did this, we did that, blah, blah, blah. 5:05 hits. I'm like, I got 2 hours. I'm going to exercise for 45 minutes, and then I'm going to play piano for the rest of the time before I make dinner. Nope. My body shut down so hard and so fast. I barely made it to my kid's bed. I didn't even make my own bed. I barely made it to my kid's bed. My eyes closed. I didn't sleep, but my body was like shut down. It's like when you put your computer in standby instead of turn it off. I was still awake and conscious, but my body would not let me open my eyes. It would not let me get up. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't look at my phone. I was literally stuck in my kid's bed for like 2 hours. And then I got up. I'm like, okay, well, time to make dinner. So then at 7 o'clock, I made dinner. That took 45 minutes. And then we ate dinner, and then it was bedtime. And, so it's just frustrating. I set aside 2 hours. I'm like, I'm going to do these things for the first time in ages. And my body had other plans. So that's the type of thing I deal with every day. And you might be asking, well, what the heck? What about Turtle Wife? Yeah, I mean, she'll help with dinner when she can. She'll do the driving when she can. But she can't always do those things either. Like, her work schedule is strange right now, and there's some things she's dealing with herself. So we can't be like, okay, you're going to do this, I'm going to do this, you're going to do this, I'm going to do this, because that might work for a day, but then the next week it won't work. So yeah, it's insane. And it's frustrating hearing people tell me, take time for yourself and do this and do that. I'm like, I would if I could, man. I am a huge proponent of figuring things out, putting yourself first. You got to put it on your own oxygen mask before you put on others, all that stuff. You'll hear me talk about that all the time. But then there's a reality. And the reality is, it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So why am I sharing that all to you? Because it's a YouTube therapy session. So hopefully you enjoyed the YouTube therapy session. This looks awesome. I can't wait to finish this, but I'll finish it off camera. Let's take a weird screenshot. That's going to make no sense to people who looked at this video. And that's all I got to say. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I'm not expecting anybody to say anything in the comments. I'm just rambling for the sake of rambling. And next time you see me do Minecraft, this might be done, it might not. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 2 months before you see me again. I don't know. You'll see me when you see me. Make sure you subscribe and notifications turned on, because I don't even know what's next. That's the only way you'll find out. And I'll see you next time. Holy crap on a cracker. That was exhausting.